Hi, my name is Jan. I'm just going to show you a few quick tips that have to do a lot with key commands, shortcuts, and some nifty tricks in the piano roll. So, yeah, if you're up for that, stay tuned. So, as you can see, I'm here in Logic. This is Logic Pro X 10.3. And my first quick tip is create empty MIDI region, which is very nifty because, boom, right there it is. Usually it had to go and then do pencil tool and then click, that was really cool. So let's make it 4 bars. And the first shortcut I want to show you is cycle. I have here set located by regions, events, marquee, and enable cycle. So in this case, I've made a shortcut for myself, which is Option Command C. And what it does is when you have a selection, like for instance this region, and I hit Option Command C, it automatically selects a cycle in the same size of the region, which is very handy. Like let's say it's 13 bars, so boom, yeah. Yeah, that's my first tip. Oops. Second one is in the piano roll, quite a few quick key changes. I'll show you them immediately. First of all, the one with the division change. So I have here set next higher division. If you put in division here, it'll search it for you. I've done for the higher division, the next higher, I've done a square bracket, and for the lower, I've done a square bracket in the other direction. Now, what does that do? As soon as you are in your piano roll editor, look what happens when I push the next higher. You can see my division is getting smaller, and now I'm doing the other direction, it's getting bigger. Now, this can be very handy when you're editing. I'll show you later why. Let's do all the other ones first, so we're all done. That was the division. Then we have the one with the semitones, which is also very handy. First, transpose event plus 1 semitone. I did shift arrow up, and for the minus shift arrow down. For 12 semitones, which is an octave, shift up, option shift up, and for minus option shift down. So what does that do? Well, let's say I want to create a note. There it is. So this note. I want to, this is when I might drag with my mouse, it's cool, but there's a faster way to go up and down, which is shift, option shift, which I think is very handy. Show you later how handy it is indeed. Now, first biggest new function in the 10 series was, of course, the brush tool. This is how you can paint. Sorry, I had this on. Which is cool. Anyway, now this, I think the best function to use this with is if you go here and you go to 1 and you put on C major for now, for the easiness of the instruction. I'm on a C major scale, and it's a scale quantized, which means I can't play any wrong notes in this scale, which is very easy if you want to do very fast chords. Yeah, of course, right now I'm having a monophonic sound, which I don't think will help us very much. So I'll go to polyleads. I like this one. So, see, that's really quick chord, you can of course. So. So, now that went pretty fast. Of course you can play this, and yes, I can also play the keyboard. That's not the problem. I just prefer to program because it's cleaner, it's faster, and it makes me more creative. Usually when I put my hands on a keyboard, I immediately start playing with like 10 fingers, and I think like this, I'm just a little more open to use more different sounds to get the palette filled. Now this was, this went pretty fast. Actually kind of like the chords already. So now here's a really, really fast way into, let me do that again, a very fast way into really getting this in this very modern stuttery type future bass selection. So what I have here is my scissor tool. I select the chord. Now what a lot of people don't know, if you use the scissor tool and you use the option key, you get a plus option. What does this do? Well, from the point you cut, it'll repeat the same cut based on the grid. So now I'm on counts. So when I cut on the count with the option key pressed, I will have a cut on every count on the selection. And indeed I do. So yeah, that's interesting. Now here comes the division. Remember the thing we've done before with the square brackets? Look, I've made it smaller. Now what I'm going to do here, so we can even make it really small here and go to 30 seconds. Same thing here. Kind of like that. Now this is cool. What I also like to use when I use, for instance, kicks and snares, I like to take the snare space out. So that would be snare space. So let's give the snare space, in this case, about 2 beats. So I'll just mute it. Bop. Bop, and out again. Now we only have to do it for the big one also, because this one didn't have any breaks, but definitely on the snare we should do it. And this one we need to drag. So okay, that's cool. So I've done this quite fast, and almost everything with shortcuts and painting. So yeah, now if you want to go, I like this, but maybe this bass section could be a little lower. Well, here comes our option shift arrow down, octave. Oh, sorry, I missed one note here. So boom, boom, bam. now we also notice that this doesn't quite work. Should probably be this one. And then it could go down a lot. Let's make it a little cooler. Go. Leave comments, please, and make sure to check me out. My next quick tip session will be soon. Hang in there.